Hey there, welcome.
Hello, hello.
It is Flower Friday, so we are here with you live on our Facebook page. My name's Amanda,
I'm Sherry.
and we are the mother-daughter designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we help you transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home.
That's right, and we have got a beautiful Christmas wreath. It's a traditional Christmas wreath we're going to make today.
Yep, so this is a DIY Christmas wreath, and this is going to be really fun.
Yes.
So it's November 1st. Y'all know what that means.
Yes,
It's just about time to get started with your decorations. When you hop on this live broadcast, make sure that you say hey, let us know that you're watching live, and let us know where you're watching from.
Yes, that's right. And I have a question for you. When do you start decorating? Do you wait till after Thanksgiving, or do you start your Christmas decorations early, like in 1st of November? Or I knew one lady that started in October. So
Yeah,
when do you start?
Let us know that in the comments too.
Yes,
let us know
I would
when
like to
you
know that.
start your Christmas decorating, because it seems like it's getting earlier and earlier every year.
Yes, it does.
I think that we kind of almost feels like we almost skip over Thanksgiving
Well, I
sometimes.
know, and that's an important holiday.
But you don't, do you?
I don't. Nope, I do not. We wait until the Friday. Well, actually, most of the time we start as soon as y'all leave the house on Thanksgiving. As soon as they leave, we get the dishes cleaned up, and then we start decorating.
That's right. Now we
Yep.
usually decorate earlier. I would say about November 15th. That's when we start decorating. But
Yep.
let us know in the comments when you start
Yep,
decorating.
I would like to know. That's right.
So we are going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. Those of you who are watching live, thank you so much for joining us today. Hey Doreen and Wanda.
Yes, we are so happy to see you all.
Welcome Carol and Deborah. Thank y'all for joining us. Hey Dorothy and Doreen. All right.
Yes.
So we are going to go ahead and tell you what we're working with today for this DIY Christmas wreath.
Yeah.
We have a 24-inch artificial pine wreath base that we're using. You can typically find these pretty much any craft store, home decor store. You can get these at Walmart. They're pretty easy to find during the holiday season.
Yes, and this one actually came from Hobby Lobby. So, and it's got a couple of different pines in it, so it's really full already, but we're going to make it even fuller.
Yeah, this is like I said, an artificial pine wreath. You can find those most any place. Let's see. Dottie said she's going to start her Christmas decorating any day now.
Oh,
I may
that's
start mine any day
good.
too. I might get early. Who knows?
Now, I probably would if it wasn't for my husband, but he does not want you to miss one holiday. You got to make that one get finished, and then you can start the next
Yeah.
one. So, yeah, we got to finish Thanksgiving, and then we can decorate.
And Teresa says, I love fall, so I wait until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Jane also says, I always celebrate Thanksgiving and then Christmas is on.
That's right. That's us. That is us.
All right, so we also have some beaded fruit. Now, we're using pomegranate and pears, but you could use any beaded fruit.
Sure you could.
And in fact, we have a tutorial on our YouTube channel showing you how to bead and glitter your own fruit.
Exactly.
If you didn't want to buy it in the store.
That's right.
Now, we do also have some artificial greeneries.
Yes, I've already cut most of them up, but they just came like this, and I've just kind of cut them apart.
And they have pine cones and red berries on them. And now
Yes.
these came from Hobby Lobby, right? No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. These came from Michael's.
Okay, so Michael's.
These
but
came from Mike. No, is that Joann's? I cannot read it. That's. Maybe I need new glasses. Let's see. What does that say?
Joann's.
Joann's. Sorry.
But I do know that you can get them at Michael's and
Yes,
Hobby Lobby.
yes, you can. Those came, and we're going to also be using this bush that came from At Home. So
Yeah.
we've got two different ones that we're going to use. And then we've got some really, really pretty old-timey looking ornaments, and these came from Dollar General.
Wow.
Yes, they were very pretty.
All right, so gold ornaments, and then we have some pine cones, which you can get in your yard if you
Yes.
have them, because all we did for these, we just took pine cones from out of the yard, and then we sprayed them with glitter spray.
We sure did. That was it.
So they kind of have that gold glittery look to them.
Yes.
And now we're going to be also making a bow for this, and we've got several different ribbons we're going to be using. We're getting a little fancy with the ribbon. So we've got some
Yeah.
really pretty ribbon. This is from a company called D. Stevens, and I love that.
It is
ribbon.
a gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon.
It is very pretty. And then we have some, this is a, I believe, 4-inch burlap ribbon. It's red burlap. This came from Dollar General.
It sure did.
So we're kind of mixing. We got our luxury
Our
ribbon,
fancy,
and then we have our
fancy,
$2 Dollar General ribbon.
Yep, that's right. Hey, that's what you do. You find, you know,
Yeah.
use some things that are more expensive and then some things that are less.
That's right. And so I've got some plaid gold and red and sage green ribbon that we're going to add in there.
I love
And
those
then
together.
I've got a couple of 1.5 inch ribbons that I'm going to use. I've got a sage green, and then I've got a glitter gold. So this bow is going to be a pretty big bow, and it's going to have a lot of different ribbons in it.
Yes, and we always love that.
Yeah,
The
I
more
love those.
ribbons, the better.
All right. Hey, Nancy, welcome.
Hey,
Glenn.
Nancy.
And Sherry says I do fall September 1st through October 31st, then Christmas November 1st through December 31st.
Well, that sounds good,
Yep,
Sherry.
that's a plan.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to show you, Cheryl, in just a little bit how you can put the sticks on the pine cones and the
Exactly.
fruit. So we'll do that
Yep.
in just a minute. First, I'm going to go ahead and start making our bow. All right. So like I said, I have several different ribbons that I'm using today. And now I've already cut my tails for the ribbons. So I have cut these tails at 15 inches. So they're all the same length, and I just pre-cut those so I'd already save a little time and have those ready. Now first, I'm going to start with my thick gold. Now this ribbon, it's gorgeous. It's got beads on it. It's really pretty, but it is very, very thick. So
it
it's
is
a little bit
harder to deal
tougher
with.
to work
Yeah.
with. Now we're using a Bow Dabber bow maker. I love using this bow maker. You can get that pretty much at any craft store, and it's very inexpensive. I use this for most all of my bows. The bow that I'm making today is called a whimsical bow, and it's probably my favorite bow to make. I love this bow.
I like this one too.
So I'm just putting some
I don't
wire.
make it as often as you do.
I know I pretty much
You
this
pretty much make this one a
lately-
lot, but I do love it.
and I kind of switch up, but lately this has been my go-to bow.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just fun, a little bit whimsical, but it's kind of classic too.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this really pretty 4-inch ribbon, and I'm going to put my tail right down in the Bow Dabra. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is very thick ribbon, so you have to push it down really good so that you'll have room for all of your other ribbons.
It is a thick,
Yes,
thick
it's very
ribbon.
thick, but now it's gorgeous. Those
It
beads,
is.
that beading on it.
I love it.
And so I'm going to put my first piece of the ribbon down, and I'll show you what I did real quick. Now you want to make sure that you have the pretty side. This is ribbon that is not the same on both sides, okay? It's just got a plain side, and then it's got the beaded side. So you want to make sure that you put it so that the beaded pretty side is down. And now I've got about 1 inch over here on my left side. And then I'm going to take it over and loop it just like that. And this is how I'm going to make my loops. Now these are going to be about 6-inch loops, and typically I measure it by my hand, just like that. And I know from my thumb to my pinky, for me, is about 6 inches.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's always how I measure. You didn't know that?
No, I did not. Never had noticed all these 12
No, I
years.
kind of have small hands, so if you've got
Yeah.
really, really long fingers, it might be a
Yeah.
different story. But that's always how I really have measured.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Did not know
You
that.
learn something new
Yep,
every day.
I
don't
learn
you?
something new every day.
Okay, so to make sure that they're even, what I do, I just pull them up just like that and kind of measure them against themselves. And now I'm going to cut off this ribbon. This particular ribbon is a little tricky to cut because it's got all those beads.
It is. There we go.
And then
is
I'm
worth
just
it,
going
though.
to, yeah, it's worth it because it is pretty.
But that's it. The kind of ribbon it is, you really don't need a lot. You know, it just a little makes a big statement.
Now I'm going to put down my red ribbon. This is also 4-inch ribbon. And this is a burlap, but it's got a really pretty shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Almost
I
like
that.
glitter,
Yeah.
but it's not a whole lot of glitter. It's just a little bit. And I'm going to loop that around too. Now these are also going to be about 6-inch loops.
pretty.
Hey, Brandy. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey,
Welcome.
Brandy.
Those of you who are just hopping on, thanks so much for hanging with us. We're going to have some fun today for Flower Friday, and we are live here every Friday on our Facebook page
That's
at
right.
4 o'clock Central.
This
Now, with
is-
the red, I'm doing 4 loops. So the gold, I only did 2 loops, but the red, I'm doing 4. And again, I'm just pushing down afterwards because that is really thick ribbon. Next, I'm going to go down to my 2.5 inch. I'm going to stick that in there.
that really is a pretty plaid.
It is a pretty plaid. And now I just
like
throw my
that.
ribbon on the floor. We have had all kinds of little contraptions that people have made for us.
We certainly have.
And we appreciate them so much, but then I always just end up throwing it on the floor again.
Yes,
So
it's
I know.
whatever you get used to, I think.
Yeah, and I think I'm a little bit maybe impatient. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You are.
Let's see, do I want
But you
4
get
of
it
that
honest.
one? I guess I will put 4 of that
Yeah,
one.
I think so.
I was only going to do 2, but now I think I'm going to do 4
I think
loops.
I would.
Now, we do go kind of quick in these tutorials on Flower Friday, but you can check out our YouTube channel. We have more bow making and wreath making tutorials on there for you.
Yes, more in depth, so you can
Mm-hmm.
really see what we're doing.
All right, so next I'm going to take my sage green. Now, this is a 1.5 inch ribbon, and I save my 1.5 inch, my smaller, thinner ribbons, I like to save for last.
Mm-hmm. I like that you have all the different sizes. I think that's, makes it so much more interesting.
Now, these I'm going to do a little bit shorter. These are going to be about 5 inch loops. Let me just make sure those are even. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 loops of this one.
We said it was going to be a big bow.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one, and it's I'm hoping I cut my wire long enough.
Maybe.
We'll see when I pull it out. Might run out of wire here. All right, and now I'm on to my last ribbon, and this is my also 1.5 inch, but this is my gold glitter. And this one, let's see, let me put it back in there.
They only have 2 loops.
Yep, I'm
of
only going to
that
have
one.
2 on this
That's
one.
all right.
I'm actually going to do it just a tad smaller than the sage green one.
That's good.
About 4.5 inches.
Just even the stack in there, that just looks so pretty together.
Yeah, I
all
love
those
all
colors.
these colors. And I like using the sage green. It's not your traditional Christmas green that you think of when you think of red and green, but I really like it in these Christmas
I do
wreaths.
too.
Okay, so now I'm keeping my thumb on the top of the ribbons and I'm pulling up. And like I said, this is really thick, so I don't have a lot of I don't have
Not
a lot of
room. You want me to cut you another piece,
wire.
or is that good enough, you think?
we'll see.
Yeah.
I might have to double wire it. And I'm pulling the wire around. And I'm going to twist, twist, twist. I don't have much wire, so that's not even going to be really enough to
Yeah, to put around
put around the wreath, but
well, we can certainly cut another piece.
that's okay.
Put
And so
it
now-
right through the middle.
Yeah, we'll add some wire just to make sure that we've got enough to wire it onto the wreath base. Because I didn't cut it quite enough, just because I didn't realize it was going to be quite
I
that
don't know
big
if I
of a
cut
bow.
that one. I
Yeah,
know.
this'll
Did
be
I cut that
fine.
one big
I think
enough?
this will be fine.
Okay.
And so really this extra wire is just kind of extra reinforcements.
Yeah. Hey, with one that big, you can always use the extra.
I'm just going to twist it around. So now what you do, once you take it out, is you just, what I call, you fluff the wreath.
Yeah.
And so you just take one loop one way and one loop another way. And now it's going to take you a little while on these big bows to get them all fluffed out like you want them.
It does, because they are big.
But yeah, just have to be patient.
It's going to be worth it.
Yeah, they're definitely worth it once they get done.
Yep.
morning, Marilyn. Thank you for joining us today.
I hope you all are doing well. And if you just are joining us, we have asked people, when do you start decorating for Christmas? Do you wait until after Thanksgiving, or do you start before Thanksgiving? So I'm just curious. I'm taking a survey here.
Yeah, and actually I was talking to Justin, my husband. He just is really not happy about me wanting to decorate before Thanksgiving.
Yes, and my husband absolutely. He is a Christmas fanatic, but he's like, it does not start until after Thanksgiving. So
yeah, and I don't know why Justin, my husband, even mentions it, because
'Cause
he
you're-
knows I do it every year.
yeah, she does. Every year she has it up. She'll call me and say, "Well, I've got my Christmas tree up."
So I don't even know why he bothers,
Yeah,
because he knows how I am.
he knows it's a losing battle.
Now, I usually wait until about the 15th. So,
I know.
I mean, I'm not super early, but hey, I might be this year.
Yep.
You never know. You're looking at me like you want to finish this.
Oh no, I'm just watching. I am just watching. I am in no hurry. No hurry at all.
Let's see. Marilyn said, "Is it too early to decorate my shop?" I don't think so. We've already got our
No,
Christmas
you
tree
see,
up
we've
here in our
got, yeah,
shop.
we went ahead and put this one up. That's right. That's the good thing about doing this kind of thing, because it gives you an excuse for doing it
I
early.
know. See, we get
See,
an
nobody can
excuse.
say anything, because, you know, we have to do that.
have
We're
to
making
teach-
Christmas wreaths, so
So,
we
yeah.
got to decorate for Christmas.
So we get to break out the Christmas tree early.
Yes, that's right. Look how pretty.
Of course, my husband, I made him get the Christmas trees out at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning. He wasn't too happy
Oh, I bet he wasn't.
because he had to go up in the attic.
Up in the attic at 5 in the morning before he went to work. Yeah. That is so pretty.
All right, I'll let you finish that up if you want to.
Alrighty, I am loving
Now, like I
it.
mentioned earlier, we are going to be using the beaded fruit. We bought this beaded fruit, but we sugar our fruit ourselves a lot of the time just to save money. It's very simple. And we do have a tutorial on our blog at gracemonroehome.com where you can make it yourself and save a little bit of money. But I'm going to show you what we do. These just come like ornaments. They actually have a little plastic ornament hanger on them. So I'm going to cut that off because I don't need it. And then the great thing about these, and most fruit that you get in the stores will be like this. It's like a foam. So you can stick your stems right into it and make it into a pick. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Now for my pick part, what we do, we just use leftover stems from any of the floral pieces or
Yes,
stems
I
that
mean,
we're
'cause
working
you know
on.
how you always, if you make wreaths, you always have a bunch of leftovers.
Like, I'll show you this. This is pretty. You see all of that? You're not going to need all that. You're just going to end up cutting it off, a lot of it. But what we do when we cut it off, we save it. And we save it for this very reason.
Yes.
Because we make picks and
We learned a long time ago not to
sprays.
throw a whole lot away.
Yeah, we don't
'cause,
throw a whole lot away.
We do keep a lot. That's right.
So what I do, I've got my glue skillet right here. Now this is a Surebonder glue skillet that I'm using. And I just stick the end of one of those leftover stems into the hot glue. And then you just kind of force it into the foam fruit. And it's not hard because this foam is really, you know, it's really lightweight and it's easy to get it in there. You will have to wait just a couple minutes. Let the glue dry. I usually just lay it down like that, let it dry, and move on to my next one. Let's see, we've got a lot of after Thanksgivings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's like
We got
us.
some that are already working on it though. So, well,
Well, now I have already been working on my decorations, but they just don't get put up until the last, you know, after the afternoon of Thanksgiving.
yeah. All right, so now these already have the stems on them. I think those were the only two that we needed. Do we have any more that we need?
No, I think that was it. That was it. I gotta see if
And now
I got this
after
wired
after Christmas,
tight enough. Yes.
y'all know craft stores, they have everything on sale, at least 50% off. And then as the, you know, weeks go on, it goes like 50, 60, 70, 90. And so what we do a lot of times is we'll stock up on the fruit ornaments that they have.
Anything like
if
that,
they have
yeah.
any left over, we'll stock up on them when they get really, really, like when there's a really good sale on them. And then we use these, like these pomegranates and these pears, we use them all year long. We use them in summer wreaths, spring wreaths.
Yes, you
any
can,
kind
you
of
can
wreath.
put them in anything. You definitely
We'll use those.
can. People always say, you actually use those? Yes.
We do. And if you've watched as much, you know.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, Bobby, thank you for joining us today. Oh, we got a Teresa, first time watching us live.
Hey, Teresa.
We're so glad to have you on here with us.
Yes, we are.
Y'all make sure that you're following our page so that you get notified when we do go live.
That's right. And you can hit on your notifications. I just did this to several of the people that I like to see. You can just go to where your notifications are on our page, where you've liked our page, and click see all post. And that way you won't miss when we go live.
Yeah.
So that's what I just recently did to make sure I don't miss people. Because I hate to miss somebody I'm looking forward to seeing. And then
Oh, I know. That's the worst.
And then
when
I
you're
miss
like,
it, yeah.
Because inevitably I'll forget. I'll know,
I
they're going live.
I know,
And I'll tell
me
myself.
too. And I'll say
they're
I'm
going
going to
live.
watch it. And then
Then something comes up.
something comes up and I forget about it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to spend some time and go to those notifications.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that? You think
Let's
I got
see.
Of course, I know I'll mash it again, but I was just...
Oh, yeah, I think that looks
Isn't
good.
that pretty? So pretty. If I got it.
Of course, we always fix it at the beginning, but then
then I end up mashing it. Yeah, but
then we
that's
end up
okay.
having to refix it afterwards.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm just going to put this
Let's
over
see.
here.
Hey, Mary from Kansas City, Missouri. Welcome.
Okay.
Sandra, first time watcher. We are so glad to have you here.
Yes, we are.
Hey, Joyce.
Welcome. Okay, I'm going to take some of my greenery that I've already got cut here, and I'm going to start just filling in. And like I said, I took this. I'll show you just a second. I want to make sure I get this right in the middle here.
One thing that we did not mention, and I usually mention whenever we do a Christmas
Yes.
wreath, is that
Fluffing.
the first thing that you want to do, and I don't know if we have any that are just laying around. Do we have any?
I don't think so. Not here.
The first thing that you want to do when you get your wreath, before you do anything, is you want to fluff it out, and you want to show them.
Yes, they'll come mashed together just like this. So we use the elevated wreaths so that they've got 2 rings in them.
And I do recommend
Definitely
that
recommend that you
those.
do that.
They're a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth
It's
it.
well worth it. And then you're just going to take your pines and you want to pull one piece one way, back, and one piece forward. And I always go through first, and I usually just use my hands and just push them all the way back like that. And then I will start pulling some forward and some back just to kind of fill in, because you don't want a lot of holes. Now we're going to put enough greenery so that you're not going to see a lot of this anyway, but you still want to fluff it out.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be a good shape and have it just like you want it. And just like we do anything else, you see we've left our stems long, and we do that with our grapevine wreaths and everything, and then we go back and cut them off later, because you do want the to be able to have the stem long enough so that you can put things right where you want them. And it helps with dimension and all of that, keeping them longer. So we do want to do that.
Hey, Marsha, we are so happy to have you in our Design with the Pros Club.
Oh, yes, we are.
Hey, Leanne, she said, when you sell a wreath, how many days after order do you ship it?
It depends on if it's a custom-made wreath or if it's one we already have out made. Custom orders can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on how many orders we have at the time. But if it's something we have already made, we usually ship within 7 to 10 days.
Well, if it's already made, we typically try to
get it
ship
out earlier.
Yeah, in about 3 days.
It honestly depends on the orders that we have and the time of year. We're on our busiest time now, so that's always going to be a little longer, but yeah, that's the typical time frame.
Yeah, and I think if you're selling your wreaths, you just want to make it, as clear as you can to the customer.
Yes.
About the expectations of how long it will be. Because if it is a custom order, you definitely will need more time to complete it.
Right.
Hey, Stephanie. Julie said, where do you buy your wreaths from? This came from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
This particular wreath came from Hobby Lobby.
Okay. And right now, you'll see that I'm just going around the outside of my wreath, because just like we do with our grapevines, I'm greening. It's called greening your wreath. And even though this one's already green because it's the pine, we're still greening the wreath. So that's the first thing that I do.
And I'll put some on this side.
That would be great. That helps me from having to be in front of it. Let's see. What do I want? I want that. You know where to put it. And I'm going to cut some more off here. And these all come with several pieces on a stem. So I'm just cutting the pieces apart. And this one that's extra long, there's another one. I just, go up, probably to about right there where the first set of berries, and then there's another set, and then I'm just going to cut that apart just like that. And I got to take the price tag off. There you go.
Yeah, they put those price tags. Sometimes they are so hard to get off.
They
will drive me crazy sometimes, those price tags.
Trying to get them off, it drives me crazy. And what I do, I'm just literally wrapping one of the pieces of pine right around where I'm putting it. I'm just wrapping the pine right around it.
Let's see. Hey, B, thank you for joining us. Bobby asked how my girls are today. Thank you so much for asking that.
Yes.
They're still not feeling well. They're still running fevers. They have strep, enterovirus, and RSV. My little girls. So it's been a rough few days.
This mama has had a time. She really has. I feel so bad. Let's see. Do we have any of the red berries over there? I can't see. So you need one side. I mean, we've got some more in this other, but I'm going to give you one of these. There you go. Let's put one just probably right in there somewhere will be good. Add two more here at the bottom. And we'll start on the inside. You can put that one right here, Minda.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a 24-inch wreath, but it will be bigger once we get everything on it. But
yeah,
the base itself is 24 inches. Where did you say this one down here?
Just, yeah, right in there. Now, I've got some of this other bush.
I like that greenery.
I do too.
Really like that.
I like it too.
I think that would be really pretty with it in a garland.
It really
like on
would.
the mantle, because it's kind of flowy.
Yep. And this one, we're going to have a lot of red berries. This one's got, look at that interesting little stick. It's just something different. I don't know either. We may
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. We're going to put it in and we may take it out.
I guess it's supposed to look like
this
a winter.
one's going, yeah, it's more down towards the the middle.
I don't know if I'm feeling that little
Yeah,
stick.
I don't know about that either, to tell you the truth. We may be cutting that off. That's kind of a weird little thing.
Huh. Yes, we will be attaching pine cones. We already have some here that we have glittered. We sprayed gold glitter on them, but they're just
Yeah.
pine cones from the yard.
I ain't liking that.
No,
I'm
I
cutting
don't-
it
I don't-
off.
I don't know why they added that on there. I
I
don't know if y'all
don't
can
either.
see that, but
It's just a weird
It's
little
just
stick,
like it's-
and I don't
it's supposed
like
to look
it.
like a stick, but it almost just looks like they forgot to.
Like it was supposed to have something
Yeah.
on it, and it didn't. Just a weird little
Oh,
stick.
that has a name,
like
I
it.
guess. Maybe. I don't know.
What? The piece may have a name?
Maybe that has a name. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
But
don't know about
we're taking it off, so we ain't gonna worry about it. We ain't gonna worry about it.
Terry, the greenery came from, what did we say?
We said
Joann's?
Joann's
and
and
my-
At Home.
Oh, At Home.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Hobby Lobby has some
I
very
gotta
similar.
turn it this way just to see if I've got how I've got everything.
Oh, autocorrect. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
like-
what?
Pine kinds.
Oh,
I was supposed to say pine cones in the
oh
comments.
yeah! Don't you love autocorrect?
I love reading y'all's comments, so I
Yeah.
try to read as many as I can when we're here live.
Yeah, I hadn't got it right where I want this. So wait
Stephanie
just a
asks,
sec.
you said a name of a company that sold the Christmas mailbox wags. Do you remember the name? There's several places
We
that
know
order
that
them.
now-
that sell them. There's a place called Pioneer Wholesale.
Yeah.
So if you do have your tax ID, you can order from there. If you're local, there's a place called Cafco Floral Outlet in Montgomery, Alabama. They have them for sale in their store, and I do believe that they may possibly ship as well. And you can find them on Facebook. It's called Cafco, Caffco Floral Outlet.
Okay. Yep, and we love Cafcos. I've got some more of this kind. We're just putting several different kinds of pine in here.
Yeah, that is really going to, and I think somebody mentioned it earlier, but it is going to give it that three-dimensional look.
Mhm. Definitely. And this particular piece even has a little piece of boxwood, so that even makes it better.
Yeah. And y'all be sure to share this video if you know anyone who you think would like to learn how to make a Christmas wreath like that. Be sure to, I can't even talk, sorry.
Well, you hadn't had any sleep for a week, so that's probably
yeah, that's
why.
what this is from. A week of children with fevers and vomiting and no sleep.
Yes, exactly. Hasn't
I
been
can't talk
fun.
anymore. Be sure to share this video. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, that's what you were trying to say.
See. Hey, Joanne, I'm sorry. Welcome.
Hey, Joanne. Okay. So what I did here, just, and I do this a lot, if I've got an interesting piece that I want to, I like to fill up a lot of the middle. I know some people like that and some don't, but I tend to like it. So I kind of, if I've got similar pieces that have the same kind of greenery, I'll put them on each side and kind of aim them in so that it, like I did with the pine, and that kind of helps hide the middle.
Penny asked, she said, does the glue not melt the greenery?
Not at all. Nope, it's perfect for this.
Yeah, this glue especially is really good for this
Yes.
type of wreath. And it holds really well. So yeah, no, it doesn't melt it.
Cut that stick off right there.
How did my wire cutters go?
Oh
over
yeah,
there?
I think I was using yours.
Oh, maybe so.
Your new ones. I've got a little bit of cedar, but in order to be able to put it in the glue, I'm pulling off some of the bottom so that I've got a little stick right there. And I'm just going to go anywhere, like any little space that doesn't have anything, and just put the cedar through there.
I'll add some over here.
Yep, that's perfect. Just in between like that. That's good. And I just pull off And so that I can have somewhere to put the green. Put one right there in that spot. Now I've got this other one. I'm going to cut a couple more pieces off. I love these bushes that have so many different greeneries. Even though I don't like that stick, I do love the rest of it because it does have so many different things on it that you can use, and I like that.
Yeah. I like, especially on these traditional style Christmas wreath, the more
Put it
greenery.
on the outside, right where we need one, where it's in between something. There you go.
The more greenery you can use, to me, the better.
Yeah, and I like that it's a little different color because it gives it, you know, something extra that way too. I think we need some at the bottom. You need one on your side and somewhere right in here maybe.
Okay.
And I'm going to put one right on this side if I can find another one. Yep, there's another one.
And if you notice, we're just sticking the stems right down into the glue skillet. Now, if you had a glue gun, you could just use your glue gun. You could,
Sure,
you know,
you
that would work
could.
too.
I had a good question, and I will share that. I'm sure she wouldn't mind. A girl in our Design with the Pros, a lady, asked me today. She had accidentally put an ornament in a place that she didn't want it, on a pine wreath. She had already glued it. So she was asking me how to get that, you know, off. And what I told her, and I hope it worked for her, I haven't heard back yet, but is to use the hair dryer, to use the blow dryer for getting that off. But the hair dryer will melt your pine if you're not very careful. So what I told her to do is to go around to the back of it. So if you ever have something you need that you've glued on that you need to remove, just go around to the back, use it on a medium heat. Don't have it on the highest and on the low setting, and don't hold it too close to the pine, but just kind of go back and forth right behind wherever you have it, just like this, you know, for just a few minutes. And you don't want to get too close, like I said, because even from the back it'll start to melt your pine. But if you hold it back, it will loosen that glue and you can pull it off. So that was what I told her to do with that one today. So hopefully that's a little tip that might help you. Okay, let me pull it this way.
Yeah, you definitely, there are a lot of little hacks
Yes.
that you can do. If you mess up on something, the majority of the time, 99% of the time, you can fix it and you don't have to start all over.
That's exactly right. I need one more. Here's one to go right here on this other side.
Okay, let's see. Brandy said, I ordered the Stanley wire cutters from Amazon.
Oh, good.
She said, but her hubby told her she got the wrong ones. And then she said she got bolt cutters.
Uh-oh.
And they're very heavy. Well,
yes.
that's okay. Save them because
you'll need them. We've got some of those too.
This right here is a stem that you would need those. And we have the heavy bolt cutters that you use too. Especially Christmas stems. Sometimes they have these real thick ones. And you're not going to really be able to cut them very well with the regular wire cutters. So now just go and order you another pair.
Yes, because you will need your regular
and this is
pair.
what it looks like. I'll try to put a link down below.
Yeah, that'll help for
but
sure.
This is what we use. You know, I wouldn't recommend if you're going to be making a lot of wreaths to use the floral wire cutters because they just don't do the trick.
They do not do the trick.
You have to have
no
heavy duty ones.
Now we've got our outside pretty well done. And you see how large we were able to make this. I mean, this will be for a large door, and yet we're still using our 24-inch. So that's just something that helps you, especially if you're trying to sell them.
And if you didn't want to, and you just wanted, you wanted a little bit smaller, you could do that too. You don't have to leave them out as far.
No,
you
certainly don't.
You could push your greenery in some and cut your stems a little bit shorter and, make it smaller. So really kind of you control how big or how small you want it past the 24 inches on the actual base.
Definitely. Now I've got some lotus pods here. 'Cause we
I
want
like
this.
lotus
I
pods.
do too. And
These we also
we
spray
glittered,
painted
yeah.
or spray glittered.
yes, we sure did. And they have a little stick on them, so we're just wrapping the pine.
Babette
around
said, "May I
there.
ask for you to please create a video on decorating sugar pine cones?" That's a good idea. We'll have to
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
It's really the same way. If you watch the tutorial on the fruit,
yes.
it's very similar. But we'll have to make a video on that for you.
I gotta turn it this way real quick. I just need to see how I've got that. That'll work, I think, because we're gonna put.
Hey Vicki, thanks for joining us. If you are just coming in late, that's okay. You can always watch the replay. We'll have this posted on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. If you've never watched this before, welcome. I'm Amanda. This is my mom, Sherry.
Hey there.
We love creating beautiful things for the home, and we are so glad that you guys are joining us tonight.
Yes, we are. We are blessed to have you watch us.
I'm excited about putting on the fruit, though. I love
Yeah, me
this
too. I love
glittered
that
fruit.
too.
And you can see now those that I put the stems in, they're glued. They're not going anywhere. They're on there just as good, or probably even better, than if you had bought them in the store as a stem.
Probably better, really. And that is the truth. And these big pine cones, they are very large, so I've got those aimed towards the middle. I can't see it. Can you wrap that right around? Just make sure it's aiming. Yep, that's perfect. So now we are going to put some of our fruit in. I love these. I love these pomegranates.
Do you want one right here? Or where do you...
Yeah, I'm going to put one. Let's see, put a pear right there. I'm going to put a
Okay.
pomegranate up here.
So
I
we-
didn't know how many of these we would use, but I just got a bunch.
So we
of
just
them.
take the end of the stem and just stick it directly into the glue.
Yep.
We stick it where we want it, and then we twist one of these pine pieces
Yep,
right
just
around.
twist it right around it. Just
And that is
like
going to
that.
secure it so that it does not go anywhere.
Exactly.
And hopefully I put it in the place that you wanted it. Did
I
I?
think so. It looks like it to me. And now let's see. If you will put one more pomegranate right in this area, Amanda, that'd be great.
Oh, sure.
Just somewhere down in there. And then I am going to put a pear down in here. There we go.
Penny, the name of the wire cutters are Stanley. That's the brand that we've
That's what we've
got a couple different brands.
Yeah, we
but
have Irwin
are really
and-
good too,
Mhm.
and Stanley. Those are my favorite too. But you can get them. Sometimes you can find them at Walmart. Sometimes you can't. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them, I think, at Sears. Most hardware stores, you'd probably be able to find one, either Irwin or Stanley. I love the fruit.
I do too.
I just think it makes it pop.
And you want to, when you're putting fruit in, you want to kind of have it aimed in different directions. You don't want everything going exactly the same way. So I will a lot of times have one kind of aimed down and one aimed up and one aimed back, and just, you just want them different. Can you see it? She's looking at it from the other direction because it's hard to see when you're right here on top.
I think
Of
it needs
it.
a greenery piece, like up between those two red berries.
Up right in here.
Yeah, and
That's what I
possibly
was
one
thinking.
on the other side, but I can't
Yeah,
tell. the
I
way it
think
looks.
so. I think I'm going to put one of these. But let's see. Let me cut another one.
It doesn't have berries, though, because you've already got.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut off the berry. Because I kind of like that piece of boxwood, too. So... Did I hit the spot?
I think so, but you'll have to,
Yeah.
when you scooch over, then I'll be able to see.
Yeah, when I'm in the way, in other words. Yeah. How's that?
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna put another one.
Like maybe a berry on the other side or something. Something.
A berry, yes. Okay, good, because I've got this one already cut off.
Sticking up. You don't need a little bit of
Like-
height. Yeah.
Like there. Alrighty.
It's a team effort.
It is. It's a team effort. I'm used to, having the room to stand back, and if you don't have that room, it helps to have somebody else to look at it for you.
We still have the ornaments to add too.
Yes, we have got these ornaments, and I love these. I just thought they were so pretty, and I think they were $3 for these at Dollar General. And now what we're going to do is I always take off, and these are plastic. I always just take off the hanger, and you can then, if you wanted to, you could put them on a stick, just stick one of your stems. You would have to find one that was, the same. Hey, maybe those sticks would work, and just glue it in like that and use it. But what I tend to do is I like to add them more close into the wreath, so I just put them in glue and put them straight onto the wreath.
Yes, and mentioning the ornaments, you do want to make sure that you're getting plastic ornaments.
Yes,
I would advise against glass ornaments in your wreath.
Yes, definitely, because they will.
We kind of tried that. It does not work.
No, it doesn't. I think I'm going to put this one at the top.
Lisa, the stems, if you're talking about the greenery stems, they came from Joann's, and some came from At Home. I've mentioned a couple times, though, that I know that Hobby Lobby has some very similar. And now the pomegranates are actually just ornaments that we made a stem for.
I'm going to turn it this way real quick.
And Brandy says we make a great team.
I think we do, too. It's been a 12-year longer, well, it's been her whole life, of course, but we've been in business for 12 years, so it has worked. Got one stuck right there. I gotta move it around here.
I do like those ornaments because
they are so
I'm not
they're
sure
old-timey looking.
if y'all can see, but they almost have a, what's that called? Like a mercury glass look?
Yeah, mercury glass. That's
almost like the
exactly.
mercury glass
Yeah,
look.
and I love that look.
But yet they're still plastic.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that neat? Okay, and I am going to add this one over here. Because I want to use all 4 of these. They are so
they're
pretty.
asking how you put the sticks in the pine cones.
You just, what I do, I don't have one, I've already got them
Those
stuck
already
in.
have
This
sticks,
one,
yeah.
these already have sticks, but you can take something, usually I will take something, a stem that's harder and just kind of work it and
Almost
make
like
me a
drill
little
a little
hole,
hole.
kind of drill a little hole through there, and then use another stick in there, in that hole. But you just have to kind of work it carefully, because, you will scratch up your hands, and
You could use a little drill
but
with
you
a little
actually
small
could.
drill
I
bit.
have done that
We
too.
just kinda
but I just kind of work it,
in
and it works in there. So that's kind of what I do. Okay, here's my other one. And this one, let me see where I want this one. Let me see. I think I'll put that one right in there.
Yeah, Peggy, that's what we were just mentioning about putting the sticks on the pine cones. You just want to take something kind of sharp, and you take the end of the pine cone.
Yeah, see if you can find one that,
And you just kind
I don't
of
have another big one
drill it
here,
in there
but,
almost.
But yeah, you
we'll
just
have
wanna,
to do a tutorial on that, showing y'all exactly how to do that.
We sure need to.
You just make a little hole. You could use a little bitty drill bit and drill a hole, or you could just take something and kind of work it. Of trying to get a stem in there, you can glue them directly on the wreath, and we do that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We probably do that more than we actually put the stems in, to be honest.
Yeah. Because it is a lot easier. I think I want another piece like this to go up here in the top, so that I can hide that stem. There we go. just like that. I think I'll put another one over here on this each side of my bow. There, that's pretty. Let me get another one.
I do like that has the boxwood on it too.
Mhm,
So it has
I
a
do too.
multiple greeneries.
Yep, it does. And I think I'm going to use that right here in the top in just a second.
Yeah, you could use an ice pick
That's
to
a
do
good
that.
idea.
That would be a great idea.
You know, I don't do anything the easy way. I'm just, I forget about things like that,
Yeah.
little tools, and that's an excellent tool that you could use. So thank you for sharing that.
I think you just like to use the drill though.
I do.
Because
I
we
do.
could do, there's stuff that
I
she
really
will just
do.
drill and drill, and I'm like, Mom, you could do that a lot easier.
She tells me that
She
all the
just-
time, but I like drilling.
She just likes to use the
Yep,
drill.
yep, it's fun. What can I say? I like it.
Yes, and yes, you could wire the cones too. We do
Mhm.
that sometimes. You could
Yeah.
just take a little pick and just wire them. You
Okay.
could wire them to the floral pick, or you can wire them directly onto the wreath. Either way.
Yep. So there we go.
Let's see. I think
Yeah,
that
you
is
look
very
at it.
pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
So this is a great traditional style.
Yes, if
wreath.
if you've got a customer or you yourself want a traditional wreath, that's the way you can do it.
I'll show y'all up close.
And yeah,
Now, if you've got any stems on the back, like we've got some extra,
you would just
you would just
come
take your
in and
wire
cut them
cutters.
off, from the back.
Yeah.
You may need
And
to
you would
use
just
yours.
clip
Some
them
of those
off.
are hard to
Oh, yeah,
cut.
those are hard.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do those one-handed, but anyway, you get the gist.
yeah. You just cut them off.
And let me straighten it up for you. Do I have that straight?
I can't tell. I think so.
I think so. I can't see. It is a big one.
Yep, but you see how large it ended up, and like we said, we used a 24-inch, but I don't even know how big. I don't
I
know
don't
where
think I had
my
it straight.
I
Too
don't-
big for
oh,
me to
you've got
see
my-
over.
Yeah. So hopefully you can see it. I was gonna measure it, but can you just so I can see how large it actually
Yeah, let's
would
see.
end up being.
First,
Yeah,
let's get it straight.
Yeah, get it straight.
So we'll
And I
measure
need to
from
work
tip
on
to
the-
tip. Woo.
Yeah. So from tip to tip, it's gonna be
38.
38 inches and
34.
34. So
So,
it's going to be good for a, nice size for a door or
Yeah.
over a fireplace or something like that.
yeah, and it really didn't take a whole lot of materials.
No, it really didn't.
You basically just need your greenery, some
Yep.
fruit, pine cones that you can find in the yard, some
Mm-hmm.
gold ornaments,
Yep.
and then your bow. Or you could do it without the bow, too.
And that's something I said this earlier, but it's something to always think about that, you can find like these ornaments that are so pretty that I found at Dollar General. You can find some things that are on, a little less expensive as long as you mix them in with some of the other really pretty, things like the greenery and stuff. So keep that in mind that you can certainly do that.
Let's see, Sharon, we use a glue skillet, and
do.
it's made by Sherbonder, a company called Sherbonder, and that's actually a glue skillet. It's made for glue. It holds glue pellets that you just sprinkle in real quick to heat up, and it's great.
Yep. We got glue.
Bobby says it's stunning as always.
Aw, thank you, Bobby.
Terry said, what size box would you use? Probably for this one, you'd actually use a 24 by
24 by 24. Mhm.
by 6. You're going to want to make sure that it's snug in the box if you were
Yes.
shipping it to somebody. So you want the box to be the width of the actual
Wreath.
wreath.
Mhm.
Not the part that you've extended out, but the base.
Yes.
So it is a little bit larger. Typically, when we ship, we like to ship in 22 by 22 by 6, but this one would probably take a 24 by 24.
Yes. Yes, it would. Any other questions?
All right, guys. Well, we
Yeah.
thank y'all so much for
Yes,
joining
we
us.
do.
It
We
is
have
November
had fun.
1st.
Can y'all believe that? This whole season. It's just like the fall is, boom, gone, and now it's going to be winter.
Is just
Yep.
around the corner.
Yep.
So now it's time to start thinking about how you want to decorate.
That's right.
So if you are wanting to try a traditional style Christmas wreath with a lot of greenery and berries, this is a fun wreath to make, and it's beautiful. It's definitely
It is.
going to make a statement on a door.
And you could add, like we talked about earlier, you could add any kind of natural things. You could add, even go with some gold fruit if you wanted to do that. I just kind of like this, so.
Yeah, you could do anything. If you
You could
wanted to
do
bring in some of the
anything.
green, you could add
Mhm.
green.
Sure you could.
Ornaments, if you wanted to do that.
Yep, you sure could.
You could
So-
even change the gold out and use silver if you
Oh,
wanted to. That
yeah,
would be-
you really could.
Mhm, or bronze even.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot you can
There's
do with
a
this.
lot you could do with it. That's right. Yeah.
Well, oh, thank you, Lisa. They're my girls, my two girls. I have a 4-year-old and a just turned 6-year-old, and they have both been sick all week.
They are so sick.
So we didn't get to do much for Halloween. No trick or treating for them.
No, they did come over to Gigi's and trick or treat.
They shared their germs with Gigi.
They
so
did, but
let's
that's okay.
let's-
I'd already
let's
had
hope
it,
she
the
doesn't-
germs.
let's
So,
hope she
yeah.
doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't get it
No,
too.
we are not getting it. Nope, we don't have time for all that.
No. We've got
Got
Wreaths
stuff
to
to
make.
do. Got wreaths to make. We don't have time for all that.
and
I
decorating.
have
to
washed
do.
my hands till they're just dry and
Yeah.
feel terrible, but I'm determined I'm not catching theirs.
Well, listen, y'all make sure to join us every Friday for
Yes.
Flower Friday Live at 4:00
4
Central.
o'clock.
You can catch us live. If you miss us live, you can always watch the replay because we do have it posted on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. So make sure that if you're watching us on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get notified anytime that we release new videos. And we have some really fun videos that we're going to be releasing for you in the next couple weeks.
Yes,
so
we do.
you want to make sure to go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button.
Yes, and the bell so that
Yes,
you're notified.
that bell.
Yeah,
that bell
you
is
need
good,
that bell.
because that gives you the notification.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we thank y'all so much for joining us, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.